What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Jump Dropper Sports. I'm your host, Shanti Stewart, back here with my co-host, A. Smith, in the cut, baby. Ace Boogie. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. Just got off work. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Same
Some of us,
shit.
some of us punch a clock. Some of us is a fan of sports and we punch a clock. We ain't always in our mom's basement. You feel me? Let me stop for some people get butt hurt. But yeah, man, we in here. We in the building. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, man. You know what time it is, man. Look, man, football season is right around the corner. I mean, we basically in the thick of it, not even right around the corner. I mean, we played the first football game of the season, Hall of Fame game versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Panthers ultimately came out with the victory in that one. Haynes King had a stellar performance. Georgia Tech guy, a guy that you were huge on coming out of college, that you have been singing his praises before the first rep was ever taken. Mm-hmm. You made sure to let it be known that you wanted Haynes King as the number 2 quarterback behind Bryce Young. I know you didn't get to watch much of the game, but just speak to what you thought Haynes King could be and what the people were saying afterwards that, kind of made you feel vindicated in what you thought, all these months ago.
Well, I ain't gonna speak on what everybody keeps saying, like, C3 Cody and Panthers culture. I ain't gonna bring that to life. Y'all know them on Panthers Twitter. Y'all follow them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But man, shout out to Haynes King, bro. Just having control of the game, man. Showing that poise. You know what I'm saying? Willing to tweak his hammy that final drive, right? For the love of the game. For the love of the game, bro. You feel me? You got the whole team behind you after that. I cashed a parlay behind that run. You feel me? So that's why
All the fan game parlays is crazy, by the way.
It's crazy. It's nuts. I know. Call the number, half the number on the
you call the hotline.
Gonna put the number, the gambling, the 1-800 gambling problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the problem. Y'all are the problem. I'm good. Y'all the problem. But man, shout out to Haynes King, bro. Honestly, hope everything's all right with him. Everything. It's one thing about the Panthers. One thing, we got something good. A bad thing just pops up afterwards. We gotta have the injury. The injury bug is just really going crazy. Really going crazy in this training camp this year, and not just the Panthers, just all across the league. But man, I would say the one red flag, one concern that you brought up in the group chat is the linebacker position. We've been preaching, we need to prioritize some linebackers, bring something in. What we got is Devin Lloyd. Is that, that's about it. But who is that linebacker 2? Like, who is that linebacker 2 second to Devin Lloyd? Who we got? We got
right now. It's a battle between Trevin Wallace and Claudin Sherrills. And if I'm being completely honest, last year when we lost Trevin Wallace and Sherrills had to step up and play more, I felt perfectly fine with him taking those reps. It wasn't like I felt like it was a drop off or or any type of lowering in play. And I think the coaching staff felt the same way as well. Like seeing what Sherrills did last year and seeing how Trevin Wallace just hasn't necessarily taken over and made this position his own so far. And this is going into year 3 for him. And so, and even to speak to Panthers coach's point, he talked about like how, you're supposed to know whether you're a guy at that position by year 2. I won't necessarily say we should know that you're like the guy, but there are just certain things that we just haven't seen. He doesn't pop off the screen athletically. He doesn't play great instinctually. And if the coaching staff hasn't seen the growth, and we're now in the linebacker battle here in year 3. Look, I know we want to be positive about this team and talk about what we're gonna do and what we're going to accomplish. But I look back at this 2024 draft class, and it is a lot of question marks, and I haven't seen much of the upside from this draft class. I mean, even with our guy X, he was in a position battle at the start of camp. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, Chris Brazel goes down, but that's the only reason why it kind of assured him. And you look at Trevin Wallace, he's in the thick of a camp battle right now as well. So it's just that 2024 class just looks a little funny in the light. You hoping Jonathan Brooks can maybe right the ship of this class and be something, but it ain't looking great. But that linebacker position is definitely one to question.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Your best pick was somebody that went undrafted, I believe. You know, shout out Jalen Coker. Well, hold on. It's controversial. Let's get a full season out of him first. Let's get a full season healthy.
Well, okay, look. We'll preface this by saying, look,
it's not knocking him. Not the best. He's good,
but yeah. I want to hear it though, because I'm not sure if I know who you speaking of.
Oh, Jalen Coker.
Oh, Jalen Coker. Oh yeah, man, Coke boy. It's imperative that he plays 17 games. I need 17 out of you, just based off what we see for the sample sizes that we've gotten. He's supposed to be a 1,000-yard receiver. He's supposed to be a guy that catches 8 to 10 touchdowns. That's what I'm thinking. And you know, if he takes that step, and I spoke about this in the last video, if Jalen Coker and Xavier Legette are the guys that they're supposed to be in this room, then David Moore is no longer needed. It's no longer needed to have him be the veteran presence if those two guys, to me, step up and take over. And if that's the case, that allows for more, I believe, more exciting weapons to be able to take shape. And when you look at Mechie, Jimmy Horn, who's having a great camp, and Daseem Reed, that to me is the group that I want to roll with. Like obviously Bryson Tremaine included in that group as well. I'd rather see that group be the group that we roll with moving forward. And you know, I think it's time to move past certain guys like a David Moore. But like you said, Jalen Coker though it's still to be seen. He has to put it on the field. I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning that.
Yeah. That's not a knock at the guy, but yeah, I mean, even still, he's looking like the best guy from that 24 draft. You know, just going undrafted, and you know that just shows, man, don't overlook these lower tier schools. You know, there's talent everywhere. There's especially in HBCUs. You know that, but and again, that's a rant. That's a little rant for another day here.
Yeah,
but anything else? Let's see. Well, the red flag. I mean. I think Will Lee struggled a little. He has some couple of things, and that's what DBs though. But yeah,
Will Lee. Like Will Lee, he had a handful of great plays in that game. Then he had the one glaring red flag. But I thought we just got a full scope of what he was at college. I thought you saw the aggressiveness that makes him blanket. That's what made him that. But you also see that aggressiveness also gets you beat. But I'm okay with that. That being his first game after only a week of NFL practice, I'm cool with that. I actually am cool with that. But I just want to touch back on that linebacker point that we were talking about earlier. It's mainly that we knew this class that recently came out was supposed to be a deep linebacker class, and the fact that the Panthers didn't take a stab at any of those guys during the draft, to me, is where I have questions. Is this defense now? This Ejiro Evero defense isn't necessarily built on having elite linebacker play. This we know, but it doesn't mean I don't want elite players. I want them everywhere. Yeah. If we can have. Now I understand you can't fill every single need in one single offseason. So you know it's cool, it's fine. But I've seen the tweets from the fans, and I'm here to push the narrative as well. Is that Shaq Thompson, if you hear us, if you still got the numbers, call. Or we'll call you. I'll call you, matter of fact. Whatever it takes to get a suitable linebacker 2 next to Devin Lloyd, I'm cool with that. Whatever it takes. Just get me a defense that's going to be in the top half of the league. And when I say top half of the league, I want this to be a top 10 unit. In order for us to feel like we have a shot at competing for something greater than just the NFC South title.
Yeah, I think the notification gonna be coming to our phones either this, today or sometime this week. Obviously, I think they got Shaq Thompson on the radar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's available and stuff like that. I think it's fitting. It's fitting because finally got a guy back from that 2015 Panthers team. That old team that Rivera tenure. I know a lot of folks have mixed I know during that time how the Panthers fan base is, but I told you the Panthers fan base like rock rollers. You don't know when they're gonna be good on you or when they're gonna turn on you. But I know they good bit of folks turned on Shaq Thompson, but same time, man, with the options. I mean, we need that veteran presence. I'm cool with it. I ain't asking him, and that's the thing. There'll never be another Luke Kuechly. Never.
No.
Not even close.
No.
But we do just want competent linebacker play. That's all we asking. So I think Shaq Thompson can provide that.
No, absolutely, bro. And I mean, and to speak on Luke Kuechly for a little bit, I spoke about it a little bit on the last video, but I mean, Luke to me he spoils you in terms of how you see the position, and we got to watch that for nearly a decade, and you expect guys to come in and be these football savants and play with instincts and be able to just call out the plays as soon before they happen and put the defense in position to make a lot of plays. And that's the thing that like you never gonna get that high again. Like that's like you'll never see it. Like I don't think we're ever gonna see the position played that masterfully again. Guys like Fred Warner give me that feeling at times. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't many that have been like him since, and I don't think we'll be seeing many more come down the line. Pause, goddamn. But yeah. She was out of pocket, bro. But man. But no, man, Luke is just one of the best that I've ever seen play the position. I think he's one of the best football players that I've ever seen play the position. Like the same way people talk about Aaron Donald and how great he is as an overall player. Luke Kuechly had that same, if not, just a very similar level of dominance for that span of time. So, yeah, I'm just thankful I got to watch him every Sunday. So,
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of them guys that you're thankful of seeing. Just even going to a game, man. When we played the Cincinnati Bengals, I think it was 2018, bro. That was like just seeing him play. Every time he made a tackle, the whole crowd screaming "Lou!" Like, even the introduction, like it's the loudest the bank will get because like the whole city is behind Luke Kuechly, man. And but his situation just shows like how intense the sport can be, how intense the game of football can be, how brain injuries can take somebody out the game they love at 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? Luke Kuechly left us at 28, but luckily, what he did on the field, what he sacrificed on the field, allowed him to put on that gold jacket.
Man, what?
His first goal, first ballot.
Man, what? Nah, it was second.
It was second?
It was second. Yeah.
Crap.
He was on the ballot last year. But, I mean, nonetheless, he's the second youngest Hall of Famer to be inducted.
Correct.
So, you know what I'm saying?
He should still be playing. He should still be playing right now.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, yeah, it really just speaks to his level of dominance that he showed throughout his career, bro. And like again, this is why I can say with confidence, this is one of the best, if not the best, linebacker to ever play the game. Like,
correct.
Like if what you did in that short of a stint was enough for you to go, second ballot, and to be the second youngest Hall of Famer to ever be inducted. When you look at some of the names and some of the people and how hard it is to even get into this particular Hall of Fame, because the NFL Hall of Fame is probably the strictest I've seen in terms of
correct,
who they let in and how they go about their process. But I think
guess who's up next year? Okay, guess who's up next year? You said strict. Antonio Brown is up for, and
be there for a while.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, and it sucks because like he really gonna get the same treatment that Terrell Owens got, because Terrell Owens should have got Terrell
But
Owens.
even
It was
worse,
sick
though,
how they
is
did Terrell Owens.
AB's not getting in. I'm just going to tell y'all right now. Antonio Brown is not getting into the Hall of Fame. I can say that with full confidence.
Damn, really?
No.
I think they'll let him. Like
when
he's like
50,
70. I say
60,
70 something.
I am saying it's gonna be so far removed.
He's gonna be
we're gonna have to be so far removed from his time in the league that that'll be when he'll get in. But in terms of just like anytime soon, is he a Hall of Famer? Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. First ballot, I wouldn't say first ballot. I think to be a first ballot wide receiver Hall of Famer, they just don't seem to be kind to that position at all. Like,
I'll say something else.
What's up?
Well, actually, this last thing. I got you.
Okay.
Cam Newton is up next year too.
Okay.
How you feel?
Cam will be waiting until it's 2026. Cam will be a Hall of Famer in 2042. Mm-hmm. I think he can get into the Hall of Fame. Like it's just that like I don't know. So it's like Vic's not a Hall of Famer, but Vic also never won an MVP, right? Vic didn't do what Cam did in his time, but you know, Cam also didn't. If Cam would have won a Super Bowl, Cam would have won maybe another MVP. Like maybe I feel confident about it. But what Cam did in terms of record breaking that he did early on in his career, rushing touchdowns and whatnot, he did a lot of things that would make me believe he has a case. But he's impactful, but I don't think he'll be recognized by the folks in the Hall of Fame as a Hall of Famer. I think we just have to accept that Cam is just like more of a cultural icon, more so than he's gonna be a bona fide figure within the space of the league. Like, you know, like Cam, Vic, like those types of players. Like it's like people that talk about Allen Iverson and like Kyrie and like a top in a top player sense. Like the people feel you, like the streets feel you, but the people that make the decisions, they don't feel you.
They put Steve McNair in, right?
I believe Steve McNair is a Hall of Famer. Yes.
That's Steve McNair. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope we went for like a pity party because of his death, but
it shouldn't have been because Steve McNair was bona fide when he was alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it should. You know, again, I believe there's a space for Cam and even for Vic, but I'd say mostly Cam, because Cam's numbers earlier were just better than Vic's. Vic's numbers didn't really take that huge uptick until after his jail stint. So, but there's a world where Cam makes it. It's just far down the road.
I'll say the same as well. But I say one thing. I think the NFL Hall of Fame should be I think it should be football as a whole. As in college, and hell, fuck it, let's throw in high school too. I mean, I get it. That's a lot. And I get that. But at the same time, and if you throw in his college accomplishments off rip, it should be no debate. I feel like they should throw in college too. I mean,
I can't do that, man. I respect what the NFL Hall of Fame is compared to like other leagues. Like what we're talking about is like he's a football Hall of Famer. Like in terms of just the game of football. I say
football the game of football as a whole.
Yeah, the game of football as a whole, he's a Hall of Famer. And because the thing about what all he accomplished throughout his career, the only thing he didn't attain is a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But he was a 5-star. He literally just spoke about this. 5-star coming out of high school, national champion in college, All-American, first team All-American, all that good jazz. Rookie of the year, breaking rookie records, NFL MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he did he did nearly everything you could do. Won championships at different levels, just didn't win the big one. His career as a football player, though, like if you told somebody like, hey, look, this would be your career. If I didn't tell you whose career it was, I say, hey, look, this is all of what you're gonna accomplish in your football career, would you take it? Yes or no? Many people will take it.
Every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was a fun. That was a fun topic. I didn't see us having that one in our arsenal. I ain't gonna front.
It was on my thought earlier. I'm like Cam Super Bowl. I want to start AB first. And, you know, I think AB should be. I just no discussion. I think AB should get it. You know, first try 27.
Well, I'm gonna be. Well, no, absolutely not. If Steve Smith had to wait, then AB gonna have to wait.
Yeah, crazy. Minus the crazy. You know, if AB didn't do all that crazy, if you know his brain injuries didn't take over and prevail, I think no discussion. 27 first try, he's in there. However, he's gonna be waiting for a little while.
I don't even think if he wouldn't have did any of that stuff, he'd be first ballot. It's just tough. I'm telling you, like you got to think about all the cats who have had to wait. Like it's a lot of guys that had to wait.
I hate Smitty had to wait.
Like Smitty is, bro. Smitty is on all time list, and had to, and he's having to wait.
Oh, he didn't make it. He still ain't made it yet.
No, he still ain't made it yet. You don't. Oh man, you gonna know when Smitty makes it. Like the season's gonna go crazy for him.
I'm getting him mixed up with Pep.
Peppers already. You know he in. Got it. And we got Luke, and that's what I'll say too. I think the one that makes Luke's induction so special is that he's a lifetime Panther. You know what I'm saying?
Never went to another team. Yeah.
Never went to another team. Did it all here in Carolina. That's what's special. And I mean, like I'm not gonna take away from Pep. Pep's best years in the league are as a Carolina Panther. Yeah. So you know nobody else got what we got out of bro. So I ain't even tripping. And even with Steve Smith being a Raven, like bro, like the triple crown. That triple crown was won and process blue, boy. Well, I mean not at the time, but you know, y'all get what I'm saying. So it's still gonna feel special with those guys as well. But the Panthers we got, like I said, Smitty's got to get in. Greg's got to get in. Yeah, Smitty and Greg, and then Cam is gonna be wait. But if it ever happens, boy, oh my God, bro, the celebration that will be had.
I think for Stewart. I think maybe.
Oh no.
What about Thomas Davis?
No.
No Thomas Davis? No. Okay. No Thomas Davis.
Great. Look, really, really good player. And as a football Hall of Famer, he's a football Hall of Famer. NFL Hall of Famer? No, it's too strict, bro. Way too strict of a you know.
I think they're
like you gotta think like Thomas Davis, like for what it's worth, I'm gonna say this and then we can move on from this. Thomas Davis isn't even a better Panther than Muhsin Muhammad. If you want me to be completely real.
I mean, Muhammad. Well, shit, they both.
His best years are in Carolina. He was gone to Chicago for a couple seasons, came right back to Carolina, had another 1,000-yard year, and then left. And then was done football. Yeah. Moose got numbers. He put a
solid
real stats.
Solid wide receiver too. Solid.
And when you talk about he played 11 seasons, got 10,000 yards, like he wasn't no slouch. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But like guess what I'm saying? Like TD ain't even. I maybe had to look at TD's numbers, but like I would have to look and see how he compares to other Hall of Fame linebackers. I don't believe he's there though. I that's not even a thought for me. Ring of Honor though. He's a Ring of Honor guy.
Of course. Sure. Of
course. You know, maybe I don't know. He's a Ring. Okay, he's a Ring of Honor guy. He's a Ring of Honor. He's a Ring of Honor.
We'll put him in there.
Yeah. He also got a spot open out here in Charlotte. Hey, TD, if you see this, I know this video can find your algorithm. Hey, look, bro, man, look, get me right. Set me out with something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He's actually lower the prices. Lower the prices for him.
You know what I'm saying? Look out,
we cheap.
Kind of be going crazy. Gas $4.
Well, it's 320. Hey, it's 325 where I'm at. The supplement in front of the corner.
In South Carolina, I'm in Charlotte. Shit, $4 up here. but hey man, we ain't got to stick on Panthers too much longer, bro. We can transition over to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Look, I'm looking to you because I know you, of all people, really know what's good with these boys and what's going on right now. A. Smith, talk to me, man. What you hearing?
Hey,
What you feeling? What do we want to hit today on Jim Dropper Sports?
man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Wide receivers looking good. Um, I'm guessing. Look, this guy has been coming across my desk. You know, his family member brought with the show, been putting me in my mentions. Hey, check out Sequel Patterson. Check out Sequel Patterson. So I must ask Shantice. I looked at
Mm-hmm.
his tape, man. I'm looking. I like what I see when he was out of
Okay.
I like what I see out of high school. I love it. I love they put him in. They had him at quarterback, running back, wide receiver. The kid's an athlete, and I'm hearing praises. Everybody's saying this is a breakout. This receiver's a breakout. One thing I love about this receiver room this year, everybody's a breakout candidate.
Right.
Who knows
Right.
what we're gonna send out?
Right.
Beamer can send out me and you at receiver. Who knows who's gonna?
Hey.
Man, my right knee shot, man. I ain't gonna get on.
Well,
I ain't gonna last
so
on
you
that
roll.
turf. Yeah, I ain't gonna.
So you roll.
Let me chill out. But listen, man. Hey, but let's talk about it. Sequel Patterson, freshman,
Mhm.
true freshman. Let's be real. How we feeling?
I'm gonna be. I'm okay. I'm gonna be so honest. I did not get a chance to watch his tape.
Uh-oh.
Work, life. I didn't get a chance to watch.
Yeah.
If you're asking me about a true freshman, I'm gonna be so real with you, bro. Like it depending on the year, yes, I would entertain it. This year, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's no knock to him. It's nothing against him. I just think that you have to start looking at the field that you're surrounded by. Talk about Nick Harper. Talking about the guy that's 6'5", 240, 10.100 meter dash. Had a huge leap last season as a deep ball threat. He's back playing alongside a quarterback that he's been connected to since they've arrived on campus, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start looking at Nitro Tuggle, a weapon coming out of Purdue, also played at Georgia, has experience at the P4 level, at the biggest levels of it. That guy likely is another Sunday caliber guy. Then you start looking at whoever's going to play in the slot, but you start looking at like Mazio Bennett coming back for his junior season. You know what I'm saying? Had a down year last year, but you still expect for him to be in the mix of things and find a way to contribute. But then the biggest wild card is Jaden Sellers, and this is a guy that just to let y'all, he was raised with the quarterback that starts for the South Carolina Gamecocks right now. They clearly have a connection going back to the high school days. You saw it early on in his days once he started getting more snaps at the end of last season. It's nothing against the kid himself. It's just that if he is the best option, and mind you, I haven't even mentioned Donovan Murph, but if he is the best option to play right now, then unless he just went way under the radar from every recruiting service around, he should have been the number one receiver overall coming out of his class and should have been a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you would have. That's damn near what it would take to crack this current room. Like, it's nothing. There's no knock to him. It's just that, like, there's a lot of great talent, and that's the best thing I think for a kid his age is that, bro, develop your skill. Compete against these other guys. You know what I'm saying? See how you stack up. Iron sharpens iron, and to come out on the other side. You know, you got a bunch of guys that didn't play last year that are fighting for a position this year. Malik Clark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep talking about him.
You feel me? Like, there's a lot of guys that are just kind of in the way. It's a logjam at that position. I'm just being completely honest, and shout out to bro for rocking with the pod. Is no knock against your kinfolk. It's just that, you're in the SEC. You're in the SEC. You're playing around a lot of NFL guys in these rooms. There's no knock if you ain't the guy today. It is what it is.
It opens the door for next year. It opens the door following after that. And that's the thing. I know a lot of guys want to get opportunities. You know, they want to get that starting job now. And shout out to guys like Mazio Bennett. Mazio could have easily transferred out. Could have easily went up to like UT Junior. I know UT Junior was pursuing them heavy at one point. But he made the right decision and he came to South Carolina. Is guys like Lee Clark, Gridon, was it Jidon Gridon?
Yeah.
Number 7. I feel like bruh can take that leap too. You know, these are guys like they know that Nitro probably gonna be here for 1 year. Nick is out the door. So that's 2 positions right there. And then it opens the door for guys like, I think Mazio still need 1 more year. Taylor Sellers, automatic. He's gonna be going to his junior year next year. I like this wide receiver room we got right now. And these guys are gonna continue to fight, continue to compete. And we still got more guys that's on the way. You know what I'm saying? Beamer is doing the damn thing up in North Carolina right now. He is crossing that border. He's going north of the border, and he is grabbing guys. Now, granted, I would love to get some more home talent here, but it's just this thing. This is a business. This is a business here. And
absolutely.
He'll have the chance, and I think the kid would definitely have a chance to showcase what we got and what we can see. Because the tape that I saw is the same thing how Greenville was using Mazio Bennett. They used Mazio as a wild card. I mean, not wild card, in the Wildcat formation. They love to use him in the slot, use him in motion, stuff like that. So it ain't wow. I mean, it wows me. I love the kid's skills, his mindset, but I feel like this is something we can see him next year. We can see him in games in a blowout. Maybe we can see him in Kent State coming up. Or
how about to say the first 2 games of the year are going to probably be the best chances that you get to see him.
Yeah, just give him.
And Kent State,
And we know Beam like to play the younger guys first. If you like that, you're going to see the field. Mazio saw the field day 1 because we know what we got with him. Murph last year in Atlanta. Murph saw the field. It's like Brian Rowe.
But I mean, you start listening to the name that you're naming, and you start realizing that you've collected all of this talent over the past couple years.
Yeah,
talent didn't leave.
Yeah, they didn't leave for a reason.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like when you keep collecting talent, it typically means somebody ain't gonna get no burn. And it's like, we'll see though. I mean, again, like I said, we'll see. My hope is, if you want to know my God's honest opinion, my hope is I don't want to see any true freshmen.
Okay, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Like that means because why are my older guys who have been in the program for multiple years not able to outcompete a freshman? No, not to the kid, but like that. If we were playing true freshmen, too many true freshmen, like 1 to 2, cool. Anything more than that, brother, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I'm a little skittish.
I can't expect the kid a few months ago was just getting ready for prom. Now suiting up, and here we got to beat. We got to play Mississippi State. You know what I'm saying? We got to play, Florida down in the swamp. Like, are you ready? Are you ready for that atmosphere? Are you ready to get called names you never even heard of before? Are you ready for that heat? That, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But no, not to it. But quick announcement, guys. We got a little, you know what I'm saying? Us over here in Dream Dropper Sports, man, we like to take trips. You feel me? So we must
gotta beat the road.
We must say we will be there at Bryant Denny Stadium, Saban Field. We will be there. You know what I'm saying? To the Tide folks, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at your boys. Come, post up with us. Feel me? We're going to be down there, you know what I'm saying? Off the cut waters. You feel me? I'm going to be off them Jack Daniels. I don't drink cut waters, but, it's going to be a great time. Typically when, me and my good brother here, we pull up to games, our boys know how to act. Our boys know what's up, Our boys going to compete.
We 1-1 so far, and we've had great games in each of those outings.
Well, the first drive. We had a good first drive. We had a good first drive.
But I must say, when we start putting belt to ass, y'all don't you know what I'm saying? Don't switch up on us. That's all I'm saying. Just don't switch up on us. We all come in peace. We friends.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
friends. Your friends can get this work too, boy. This shit is ready to eat for everybody.
Yeah, just act like you know us. Act like just act like you know us. Just don't treat us like a side. Don't treat us like a side girl. No, don't treat us like that.
And know better. You know what I'm saying? Come correct. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Watch your mouth. Watch how you step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But, T, and before we jump ahead to Alabama, let's reverse it back a week. Let's reverse it back a week. Because there's a game that's getting some traction. There's a game that's starting to, you know what I'm saying, the stock trying to raise a little bit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's a very important game, man. It's a very important game.
Yeah, we never overlook it. Us over here, me and my good brother here, we never overlook this game. No. Because they got a demon at quarterback, Mr. Kamario Taylor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I hear they got a couple more guys they're exploring a fifth option. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah. By all means. Hey, get what you need to get.
Man, look, the thing about this Mississippi State game, and the reason why we're hitting it first is obviously because, like, the first, y'all seen the schedule. We don't, it is what it is. Right. But this is the first true test of the season. I consider it a test because, look, Mississippi State, look, it's the SEC. Teams have talent. Every team has NFL guys everywhere you go. At quarterback, they have a guy that is high upside physically, showed signs last year. I expect him to be better this year. So how does our defense come out? Are we still dealing with injuries at this point? Is Dylan Stewart back into the mix at this point? I mean, we're gonna need him. I mean, I think we're pretty much predicting that we don't think we see Dylan Stewart until Mississippi State. Correct. So it's going to be critical, but the guys alongside him, where do you get that other pass rush from? Offensively though, offensively I feel good based off of the things that we're hearing about Lenoris and how he's locked into this offense. That gives me the biggest hope. But for Shane Beamer, we can only talk so much about individual players and stuff like that until we start seeing games be played. It's for Shane Beamer. How do you handle this? How is your team prepared to come out for a game like this? I mean, I think we kind of always hope and wish every year that you take this next step and your team's prepared, your team moves more militant-like, and we start to see what a Beamer team is supposed to look like. And we just haven't gotten that for more than one season in a row. Like that just has not happened. How you start out this game will be, will mean a lot. We have no clue as to what they have over there at Mississippi State. We have no clue as to what we're going to be here at the University of South Carolina. But to open up the SEC home opener, you got a chance to give your fans a sign of life. And if you just go win it, handle business, allow us to be able to carry that momentum into a game against Alabama the following week. That's all I really can ask for. But I just want to see how the operation looks from top to bottom from Shane Beamer's crew. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, like I'll say this is a tone. I'll say this again. This is a tone setter. This is gonna set the tone of what we as a team, what we looking at, how we adjust to get smacked around because it's gonna be play. Kamario Taylor's gonna make plays against us. I expect it. I respect it. Big plays. Game changing plays. We gotta respect this. This is one of the quarterbacks. I typically don't respect other SEC quarterbacks, but this guy right here, I really do respect. I'm just Kamario Taylor. I think the defense is gonna prove too. Like I think some people may overlook this because Sip State didn't have the best defense last year. But just how any other SEC, just how I win the SEC, they're gonna adjust. Who's like Vanderbilt? Like who would expect Vanderbilt? They was a top 10 team last year. Sip State, they always been little bottom feeders of the SEC, but hell, like anything with a bottom feeder, the only direction is up. Only direction you go is up. You got a decent coach, you got a good quarterback. You brought some guys back on defense. You got the experience. True test is, I think the only thing that, is they coming to Willie B. How would Kamario Taylor handle Willie B? That's a game where you gotta have Willie B rocking. Every ass in that, every seat in that, every seat need to be filled. Asses need to be put in that seat. We got a quarterback that can do that. We have a wide receiver one that can do that. We have running backs that can do that. We have the defense. And that's the key here, y'all. This is what wins us the game here. Defense. How is our depth looking? The D line.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I know our fans are gonna show up. I mean, our fans show up every year. I need no question for the fan base. My only questions will be, what type of program is Shane Beamer running? Like that. That's the thing, and it's not like it won't. This won't all get answered in this game. Even though, as much as I would love for it to feel like we've turned the corner, bro. Shane has to do a lot to prove to me and everybody else that he's running a sustainable program. Like,
talk about this. Did we find the identity this game? All day we ain't gonna see it in Kent State. We're not gonna see it in Townsend. We gotta find we need a test first to find out the identity of what this offense is, because we need all the 6 years of Beamer been here. We don't know what it is. Is it pro style? Is it bench shoe?
I don't think I don't think you find out anything about week 3, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You can get an idea, but the real test, like, while this is a test, this ain't the biggest test on your schedule. Depending on what you think you're gonna end up being. It's tests every week in the SEC. So it's like one week don't make a season. You know what I'm saying? We saw that very much last year. One good week won't make a season. So they'll have, like, it's gonna have to be continuous bodies of work. Like, if I'm in the building, when we in the building for Alabama game, like, fam, how do you handle that? How do you handle going on the road and winning a critical matchup? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that has to be done on Bean's part, and the only thing he can do is go out and win. Like, there isn't one particular game that's going to make me feel at ease with Shane Beamer. All you can do, you're going to have to give me 12 of your best games, and then do it again the next year, because you just have you just have not earned that type of favor from me to believe what you put out. That's pretty much it. I told you, and it's been hard for me this particular offseason to get excited for Gamecock football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it got to a point where I'm like, the more seriously I look at the schedule, and the more seriously I look at the roster that we have and the talent we're bringing back, and I said I had to believe in it based off of just truly feeling like this team has the talent to be able to go the distance with this schedule. And this isn't the hardest schedule of all time. And I'm not even hearing that. I'm not even trying to hear the complaints about it being difficult, because, bro, it's the SEC. It's what y'all signed up for.
Yeah. Like, if you're scared, go to church.
Like, bro, you're scared, go to church, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm cool with the excuses. Play ball, dog. Make something happen. Prove me wrong, because I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. If you ask me, do I believe in Shane Beamer? I don't. I believe in the talent that's in the room, but I don't believe in the coach right now that's leading said talent. So, I mean, I'm nothing on nothing until something gets proved. Until something gets proven.
Yeah, and that's just a story of really a story of SC ball, man. Post Spurrier era. I can't talk this morning, but anyway, it's just we seen the best talent. I'm talking about the best talent. Some we played against in high school, go to South Carolina and get their time wasted, but they're able to show and showcase their talent in multiple Super Bowls, i.e. Deebo Samuel, multiple Super Bowls, and sometimes often win some, some that just won some, It sucks. It sucks seeing those guys knowing, like, damn, they supposed to be on the national championship team. When we had the lineup, Shi Smith, Brian Edwards, Deebo Samuels, Hayden Hurst, tied in. That's a receiving core that can, with competent O-line and QB play, That's a receiving core that gets you a national championship. You know, that's that type of feel. You know, Rico Dowdle, man.
I don't think, man, Rico better play the South Carolina boy. I ain't gonna hold you. He was here, but he wasn't playing. He stayed hurt all the time. I can't miss you if you wasn't here.
He can't make me lie. He can't make me. T's ain't gonna let me tell no lie, y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
I tried to lie to y'all just now.
Oh God, I can't cap, boy.
I tried to lie.
Try to pull that shit out.
I'm trying to lie to y'all. I'm sorry, but yeah, man. You know, Beamer got a lot to show, man. This is the game I can't wait for. It's slowly talking to me, you know, but it's kind of me bad right now. You know, the ticket prices just rose up $30, but like I said, let's make it happen. I still got us making a win. Tease any changes that you know you got?
No, my schedule's locked in, man. Whatever we put down for the episode for the preview episode, that's what I'm rolling with. So it is. Right. So you know that is what it is. The only thing I'll say is the only freshman that I believe we're gonna see this year, and this should be pretty obvious to everyone. Darius Gray and Julian Walker. Those are the only two freshmen I want to see on my football field. Everybody else, hey, get ready for them 6 a.m. lifts. Go get better. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy that red shirt, big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Beef up.
Beef it up. Man. Get right.
You know that's about it, man. Hey, you know, little brother, let's you got more to add to it. I'm good. Let's get the benediction flowing. Church, let's rise.
If all hearts and minds are clear, I just want to say you've been listening to Gym Dropper Sports. I'm your host, Shanti Stewart. This is my co-host, A. Smith. And we out.
Spurs up. Spurs up.